just so I don't interrupt you whenever I start it. And then there's two people in the waiting room. Do you want me to admit them?
Um, yeah, the other thing is, so I had my social media girl, whatever. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Did she post the flyer? Like,
No, she was gonna do it real quick this morning and be like, it starts in 30 minutes. I was like, oh God, it's fine. We'll just have recordings. We'll have a bank of.
yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I had everything else, like the right date, but then I realized, like, the flyer until, like, someone commented it on the Facebook, and I was like, oh my God.
Well, it's kind of weird because I know these classes are on Tuesday, but it didn't register.
Yeah, like, I had on the Google Calendar and everything, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yep, it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Looks like Abby left.
Oh, Abby still was in?
Yeah, she was in the waiting room.
Oh.
These two people, so I don't leave like her. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. While people are joining, I'm going to go get some coffee.
Okay.
It's necessary.
Hey, Lelena.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm glad to see you, Sydney. I'm doing
You
great.
too.
Thanks. Excited to be here.
Yes, excited to be here too. I saw your open house this weekend. How was that?
Very nice. Very nice. Good traffic.
Oh,
Um,
that's good. It looked like a beautiful home too,
it
so.
was. It really is. Great location.
Oh
Rice
yeah.
Military, Washington Quarter is really growing.
Oh yeah.
Great location.
I really like it over there. And it's like right in between like the Heights and like Midtown, so it's
Yes,
central to everything.
a great area. I don't think it's going to be on the market long at all.
Fingers crossed. Well, I
That's
see
a
a
good
lot of
thing
good
right
things.
now.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So, I'm Laura. If y'all haven't been on before and seen me, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I know, is Abby on? I owe Abby a phone call from like maybe a month ago. So sorry about that, Abby.
Hey, it's totally fine. I got the chaos with kids, going on over here, so I get it.
Yep. Yep. Okay, Sydney, we can go if you want.
Okay, yeah, and I'll just let people in.
Okay. So, all right, everybody. Today it's going to be kind of a little bit casual and a little bit different. I hope I kind of surprise everybody because it's maybe not exactly as structured or what you might have expected. I'm just different. So, if you've talked to me or know me, I think I'm just a real straightforward, down to earth, and a little bit maybe too blunt sometimes realtor. So whenever I'm interacting with my clients or when I'm interacting with agents that I mentor or agents that are on my team, I try to keep it real because this is a hard job and it's a struggle, right? Every day. So I hope you get a little bit something different than what you get out of other classes. And today I kind of was inspired by, I know that there are a lot of agents that are, thinking about quitting the industry, that their business has slowed down. Even my business has slowed down. And I've had some listings on the market that have sat. I've lost a few listings because the days on market was longer. Even though I feel like I set the right expectation, the days on market was longer than what my seller could tolerate, and they had to make life plans. And so kind of all of that stuff happening inspired me when Sydney asked me to host a class and pick a topic that I know that a lot of us are up against. And I know sometimes it's, I don't know, I think agents are prideful and we don't want to admit that it's a struggle and that we're scared or we're worried or we think there's something wrong with us. But I know the slow market is happening and I know everybody wants to close more deals. So what I'd really like to do is I'd really like to figure out how we can connect the whys behind why we're not maybe doing as good as we can, why we kind of get down and out whenever the market gets down. And I think these kind of markets are what make a lot of people leave the industry. But I really find that this can be a really big opportunity, times like this, for you to really kind of make the most of the backbones of your business and kind of helping you get into routines and tackle projects and things like that. So it's just really important whenever you're struggling with kind of motivation and getting things done and kind of getting in a state of not having as much energy because you're not pushed by the market in these times, right? Whenever the market was hot a few years ago, I don't think any of us had a choice but to sort of wake up every day and we had a list of things that had to get done because if you were doing a decent amount of transactions, you didn't have a choice, right? When you're in a transaction, you've got deadlines and you don't have a choice. It's when you're in the lulls between having a lot of transactions or having no transactions that you've got to figure out how to wake up every day and how to just do things, right? So today I kind of want to dig a little bit into the physics and the psychology of just why you don't feel like working sometimes. It happens to all of us. Do not think that you're alone. I want to kind of help you discover some of your whys and take what would be a daily action plan, but I really want you to start linking it to deeper meaning. So discovering a little bit more about yourself and finally come up with that action plan and kind of that plan on a page that, we promised in the meeting. So every day you're doing stuff that links back to what's really important, because ultimately, if what you're doing every day is not linked either subconsciously or consciously to what is important to you, you're not going to do it. So you've got to do a little bit of self-discovery. And then also, I think that it's really important to keep it simple. So we overcomplicate things in this industry. I know that there's going to be some people on here that are probably a little bit more type C than I am, which is really structured and like the details and like the, checklist that's super organized and somebody telling you exactly what to do with a prescription. I am not like that naturally. So I'm hoping to present to y'all something that's simple and actionable and connected to your whys that you can get done on a daily and a weekly basis to just see better results in a market like this. So why don't we feel like working when the market or our business is slower? I think it's actually pretty simple. And I think that we have a lot of, talking heads in this industry. You can get on YouTube and you can find a ton of people teaching a ton of classes. And in my opinion, completely overcomplicating this. I was a science major, and I feel like the physics behind this is just what Isaac Newton said. So it's an object at rest will remain at rest, and an object in motion will continue moving with a constant velocity unless acted upon by an external force. So that means when we're sitting here in this slow market and we cannot figure out why we aren't doing things every day, it could simply be the physics behind it, y'all. So I don't know who here, I guess raise your hands if you're on screen, but do you feel like whenever you have less things to do, you get less things done? But when you have more things that you need to get to do, you get more things done, right? And that seems a little bit backwards, but it's really simply this, in my opinion. So I feel like in times like these, when you don't have a bunch of transactions and when the market is slow, you do have to insert an external force, which might be something like just a simple daily checklist. If you haven't nailed that down, that part of your business down, you have to insert the to-do list items, which will then kind of create this energy, and it'll get you doing more. I struggle a lot when I host my team meetings and agents on my team don't know what to do. They're sitting around, I hate to say it, but whining and crying about not having business. And then when we dig in and start asking, what are you doing every day? They kind of go, well, I don't have anything to do. And I'm like, okay, well, that's because you have to create it in times like these. So this is simple physics. To me, if you can just keep it that simple, you'll be surprised how much more productive you can be by not letting the overwhelm of getting yourself down. Just think, hey, I need to get up and move. I need to get up and do something, and keep it simple. Now when we get to the psychology behind why we don't get up and work whenever it's a slow market, and we don't have like this driving force of like tasks to do for transactions, the psychology is a lot more complicated than just that simple law of physics. So I was really, really blessed to be part of the success coaching training. And we had this really intensive class that we went through. And this was one of the big takeaways for me was the image on the screen. And you can see how they had us link, and I encourage you to link your identity to the results that you're getting every day. So this is a simple visual. I could teach an entire class on it. But at the end of the day, it all starts with what you believe about yourself and kind of your I am statements. So for instance, one of the things that came out for myself was in one of the sessions, in one of my coaching sessions during that class, I kept saying, you know, I'm just a procrastinator, right? I need to figure out how to get over this and how to, you know, structure my to-do list or structure my days and not put things off. I'm a procrastinator. And I said it several times. And then as I was talking about kind of what I accomplish in a day or in a week, you know, it was turned back around on me that actually, Laura, you really get a lot done. You're an extremely highly productive person. And so that I am statement, I had to flip on its head and start saying, you know what? I'm a doer. I'm actually a doer, and stop saying I'm a procrastinator to myself and out loud all the time. So I kind of encourage you to take some time with yourself. You don't have to do it right now, but kind of write down some I am statements. So, and figure out like, who are you? What are you? And those I am statements can be anything from, like I said, my example, you know, I'm a doer. One of my old mantras was I'm a $2 million realtor, right? Every single day I woke up and I wrote that for like 3 months straight. Guess what, y'all? That year, that was the first year I capped. So start thinking about your identity at the core of who you are. And then realize that core identity statement or those core identity statements are absolutely going to link to your values, your beliefs, the potential you have, and then your behaviors and actions. And then from those behaviors and actions, y'all, are the results that we get. So again, this is a whole class we could teach, but I'm do the exercise, write the I am statements down. So a little bit deeper than that, and some questions that you can pose to yourself kind of when you're doing these exercises or when you're thinking about, you know, why maybe you don't get as much done, whether that is as much done from just feeling like you're not checking off things on your to-do list, or whether or not you're producing enough. So are you not closing enough deals? Those are kind of the same issue. They're just different they're different symptoms of the same underlying problem. And it's all about kind of figuring out the deeper whys. So some things you should ask, and what is standing in your way from accomplishing what you want to accomplish every day? It's probably you. That's the big takeaway there. But some really good questions to ask are, what are you currently tolerating in your business that you would like to change? So it's interesting that we don't think about this very much, but we put up with a lot from ourselves that we would not put up with from other people. So are you, not waking up as early as you want to wake up? Do you have a schedule? Are you allowing other people to interrupt you? Are you allowing clients? So in your transactional business, are you allowing bad clients to waste your time? I will tell you that you're not alone. I'm a highly productive agent, y'all, and I have these tolerances come into my world every single day. Just recently, I had a client that I knew was probably not the most qualified, and their house was probably not selling in another market. And I let them literally drag me and an agent on my team around to see way more houses than I should have allowed. So it can be something as like directly connected to your daily activities as a real estate agent, to something more basic like, I really want to wake up at 6:30 every morning and I'm not doing it, and I'm snoozing my alarm clock. You're tolerating these things. So what are you tolerating that you would like to change? And then asking yourself questions like, what is an ideal business to you? And what would that look like? Have you done something like a business plan for the whole year, or do you need to reset and do another business plan for the rest of the year? So a lot of agents don't stop and ask these questions. We get caught up in, what do other people's businesses look like? I want you to think about, what is your ideal business? If you don't think about what you want your real estate business to look like, there is no reason to try to tackle your daily activities. I mean, unless you just want to get like the groceries shopped for and the kids, schlepped off to all their like practices and stuff, unless you want to finish like a remodel project around your house, which is great. That's to-do list too, and that matters in your life. But if you don't know what you want your business to look like, you cannot link your daily activity and your daily plan to it. So does your real estate business look like, I want to close one transaction a month? Does it look like, I really want to cap? I want to be a capper. Maybe you want to reach icon status. You have to have some vision, some goal for what that business looks like. And it's got to be, I would say, start a little dreamy. Like, if it was the best business ever for me in real estate, I would close 2 houses a month. You can reverse engineer and do a full business plan on that. We have classes recorded, but start with that vision. And then you want to think about a little bit level deeper than that as far as detail is, what does your ideal day look like? So this is specific. It's, how many hours a day do I want to work? What does a good day look like? Is a good day, because you love showing houses, is a good day showing houses? And if you don't show houses on a day, then maybe that wasn't such a good day. You need to identify that. Some agents do not ever want to show a house. That's a bad day to them. They want to be a listing agent primarily. There's a lot of agents that do referral business. They don't want to show houses or list houses, but they still want to be in real estate. Maybe they primarily do investing, but they want to refer out other business so that they can just collect referral fees. So only you can just kind of describe what that business and what that day looks like. But until you've done that, you're not going to connect it to the bottom of this pyramid, which is your behaviors, which then drives the results. So again, trying to keep it simple. There are like entire classes on this. I mean, even from the time I was in my early 20s in my old career, we went to like Franklin Covey seminars, and they taught you how to do this, like linking your kind of your whys and your values to your daily actions. I mean, it's only been 15 minutes or whatever, and pretty much I've given you the nuts and bolts of it. I would say don't overthink it. We'll send you the presentation, and you should just at least answer these questions, right? To get going somewhere, to make your to-do list worthwhile. And then how can we deal with time wasters? So that is a big deal in life. So there's a difference between tolerating things, habits, disruptions, and then actual, to me, sometimes those are a little bit more passive, but time wasters, I'm talking about things that you actively do or actively allow that that just steal from you. They steal from your ability to be productive and link back to your values and your whys and achieving that ideal business and that ideal day. So we're going to throw a quick poll up on the screen, and I want to see kind of what everybody feels like their biggest time waster is. I think we have a list of like just 4 examples of what I thought were some of the biggest time wasters that come up in realtors' lives. And I want you to all know that you're not alone. We all waste time. But how do you waste time? So let's see. Sydney, can you do it or do I need to do it? Let me see. You got it popped up there. Okay, so you can probably argue with me and throw it in the chat if you can think of some other major ones, because it might help somebody else that's on the call. But spending too much time on social media and the internet, y'all. I find that a lot of realtors, well, let's say a lot of people, we get on social media a lot, but realtors are awful, y'all. We are comparing ourselves to everyone. We think that the latest internet star is like, who we need to be when we grow up. We think that some of us think that we're going to get all of our business off of social media and the internet. And I personally firmly think that that's the exception, not the rule. So I'm even talking about like editing videos, y'all, and like making reels and all that crap. I don't even have TikTok, but you know who you are. Another big one is being disorganized and redoing tasks. So you're doing this to yourself. I'm talking about like, are you taking multiple trips to a listing because you don't have your crap together and you have no idea what you need to do when you go to a listing to get it ready to put on the market? So you're going back like you forgot to measure rooms. You didn't bring a sign with you. You didn't bring a lockbox. These are time wasters. They're unnecessary in your life and they're taking away from your ability to tackle your daily to-do list. Forgetting things, I guess those kind of go together, but like I think some people, it's not just disorganization or not having maybe like a plan for a listing in this business, but I think it's just forgetting like to call someone back. How are you tracking your just daily task list? And I think that this is a huge struggle for realtors. And I'm saying this as I've actually got a project right now that I'm working on to figure out the best daily task management system to use with my team. So you're not alone. I'm not good at this either. That's probably out of all of these, that's probably my number one. And then chaos with family and personal drama. So I do think some of that could be kind of passive thing. It could be a passive thing that you're tolerating, but it can also be an active thing that you're involved in. So, to get a little bit personal, because I know we all have personal lives. I work a lot and my husband works a lot and we can tend to bump heads, right? Over some really, I don't know, when I look back on it, it's trivial stuff. So what am I doing to help cause chaos in my personal life and how can I stop that? What do I have control over? So, I mean, it kind of looks like spending too much time on social media, one, and that's definitely a thing, but I think you should definitely take a moment, whether it's these 4 things or something else. And one of the things you need to think about is what can you eliminate off of your plate? Just pick one thing. Like, what can I do less of that's going to make more room for me to start doing things every day to give myself the time and the energy to get more done in my routine with my real estate business. So those are all the digging deeper. If you've never like had any kind of a coaching, I'm not selling coaching, but I'm saying if you've never had a coach, maybe that's a good reason to find one. If you are struggling with digging deeper and understanding that this pyramid on the screen really matters and that you do need to dig into, your values and your beliefs. I encourage you to do that. I did that a long time ago. You can find coaching that's not super expensive anymore. At minimum, you need to get into a network of agents, either at a brokerage or on a team or in a group like Team Legacy, which is like it's an organized revenue share group at EXP. I know a lot of y'all are in it, but it's some kind of group, y'all, where you can start meeting people like myself, like like other leaders in our organization, that we will take the time to talk to you and even do what I would call like coaching light if you need help, because this connection to the why is super critical. And if you don't take the time to get to that, you're not ever going to nail your success in this business. I think there's just very few people that kind of jump into real estate and just get lucky and bobble along and just sell as many houses as they want to sell, or make as much money to support their family, or do the things they want to do in life. So I highly encourage you to take a deeper look at this. So how do we connect all of this to a simple daily routine that anyone can do? This is our little plan on a page. We're going to send this out to you, and it's really, really basic. I could talk about time blocking. I could talk about all kinds of like intricate daily plans. Y'all know there's a whole industry for planning softwares, planners, realtor planners. I'm going to say your name again. He loves time blocking, I think, if I remember right. Is maybe the exception. I know you probably don't want me to teach against him here. You can time block, y'all, but if you have found that you're not naturally good at it, it's not that you can't grow into that. It's not that you can't grow into a really mature daily system. But again, working with my team, I'm trying to figure out, over the last like month or two, as the market has been pretty slow, days on market is growing, how can I get people to just get motivated so that whole Newton's law of physics works, where I get the object in motion, and then hopefully it stays in motion, and then hopefully it accelerates, right? So if I can just get you in motion doing something, and then you can start surrounding yourself with people that will help accelerate you, then you can overcome this market. If you're not doing anything, you're going to fail in this market. So you might as well do something. So I have it just simple. I think that there's like 4 parts to what your daily little plan on a page should look like. It should be an I am statement every single day. Like I said, it worked for me. There's a law of psychology that if you repeat that mantra to yourself every single day, it will turn into reality. I don't care if you don't believe it right now. I don't care if you think it's hocus pocus. I'm not really a hippie, y'all, but it worked for me. So find your I am statement, find one that's, that it's going to connect to a big impact. And I would say at least for 4 weeks in a row, write that same I am statement on your plan every single day. And then there's this thing in to-do list and task list and planning that you should pick one thing every day. So pick one thing today that you need to get done. It can be anything. But it's got to be a must get done. So pick something that's critical, that's mission critical, that needs to get done today, and write that down. And then today I will not tolerate. This is another reinforcing statement. So that toleration or don't tolerate might be, I will not tolerate family drama. I will not tolerate laziness or my own laziness. I will not tolerate, going to bed late. Whatever your will not tolerate is, pick one and stick to it. And then I firmly believe you should pick just 3 habits every single week, whether those are making your phone calls every day, whether those are, checking in with your clients. Meaning when I say phone calls, I mean, like if you're a cold caller, if you want to call for leads, checking in with clients, come up with 3 things. One of these can be personal. It doesn't matter, but pick 3 things. Put them on your list every week and check them off 4 days in a row. If you want to do Friday, it's a bonus. And if not, celebrate that you did it the other 4 days. And this is it. Like, this is the most simple thing you could do. Doesn't need to be anything more than this. And I promise you, if you start doing this for 4 weeks in a row, you'll form a habit, and then you'll want to do more because you'll see results. The biggest thing is you're linking the consistent activities that you're doing every week to your statement about who you are on the page. And that's the key. So does anybody have any questions, any comments, any concerns about any of the things that I talked about? And I'm happy to do ad hoc like coaching. If you have a deep question, throw it out there. Please, good.
This is really good, Laura. Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. So I guess my thing is to everybody, wait, I have a different thought. Sorry, I just read your comment. I have
Yeah,
a
that's
problem ignoring people and spending too little time on social media. So maybe we statement is I'm a social media star. There you go. His is opposite. But I'm happy for any of y'all to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm like not even going to be shameful. I'll just put, I mean, you can look up my cell phone number, your realtors. So text me. I'm happy to talk to you. If you are feeling stuck, it doesn't matter what it's about. If you want to cry because you feel like the market is slow, I mean, that's another thing I want to ask everybody. So make a like yes or no. Do you think that do you feel like the market is slow? Yes. Is it? I mean, to me, it's slow. Men sells a lot of houses. She says yes. So, and then for me, I think it's days on market. I don't know how anyone else is feeling as far as like if you've got listings. I have a decent database of buyers, but for those people who are trying to find buyers, are y'all struggling with the same thing? Do you feel like buyers just, there's not as many in the market, or that they're kind of slow to make decisions? That's kind of what I'm experiencing. They're overthinking. Teddy, I'm going to call on you actually. What are you experiencing?
Yeah, we're slower than last year. What's really interesting though is the buyers we've had, we're going under contract pretty quick. And last year we did not go under contract pretty quick, or just a month and a half ago, we didn't go under contract pretty quick.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
you mean that they're the buyers, when they find a house, they're making a decision fast, or
No,
what do you mean by fast?
I think that I haven't checked the inventory, but I think the market's slowing down here in terms of and it's anecdotal, right? And it's just in a micro
What you see.
but yeah, it's the market's shifting.
Right.
Maybe it's just this last 2 weeks, but we had a really, really pretty property and we just got 2 offers. And then we were able to put 2 clients under contract last week with no competition on brand new listings.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. I also feel like there is this kind of funny thing happening where I do find some listings are selling right away, but like most of them are taking forever, which is weird. So it's like either super fast or it's taken 60 days. I did look at the HAR data just to give everybody like a view of the market. If you don't check out the HAR page, you should check it out. There's a I'll find the link and I'll have City email it to everybody. Just to check a market snapshot. So you kind of get a feel for what's going on so you don't feel like you're abnormal. I think the days on market is approaching across the entire Houston. I know some people might not be from Houston, but in our market, it's approaching like 60 days. In my little local market, I think our months of inventory is over 4 months now, which is like triple what it was a couple years ago. So a lot of inventory sounds good, but it depends on all the other meaning we wanted more inventory, right? But it depends on what the surrounding other factors are. So I think a lot of inventory is an indicator of the market definitely slowing down for us big time. And it's just everybody's going to have to figure out how to deal with it. So I just encourage everybody, if you're a new agent, if you're not a new agent, but your business is hurting and you're thinking about, you're thinking about maybe trying to figure out other ways of earning money, doesn't really matter. You can still use the principles that I taught here to do that, right? So I just want to offer everybody has my phone number. If you want to call me, call me. And let me see what else we got. So that's really it, y'all. I just want to thank everybody for joining. I am going to start a 3-part class series. I've just got to get on the schedule with Sydney, and it's going to be Realtors Get Your Shit Together. So the theory here is kind of drawing a little bit on today is during this down market, you should be getting your shit together, y'all. So that's what you need to spend this time doing. And if you don't spend a slow market working on your processes and getting your business together, then you're going to look back in hindsight and you're going to really regret it, because I promise you, it's true. It's a cyclical business. We're going to get busy again, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt because you're going to be no better off than you were. And I think that this applies to us busy realtors. I think that we, busy realtors tend to talk a lot, have a lot of ideas, start a lot of projects, and not finish things. We need to figure out how to get some things finished that are like core foundational, so that we can do better to support the agents around us that are on our team or in our groups. And then you've got medium busy agents who, during times like this, they're still selling enough houses that they can still pay their bills. They could really start leveling up during this time, where they start figuring out where they want to go next in their business. And then you've got newer agents who may not be selling hardly any houses. And I think even if y'all have to figure out, if you do need income and you do have to figure out how to make money somewhere else, you're still going to be able to spend some time every week getting your shit together for your real estate business. So when the market picks back up, you can turn into one of those like medium producing agents that does enough business. Whatever that ideal business looks like for you, you can achieve that, and you can use this down market to get the foundation in place to go where you need to go. So that'll be my next series, and I hope everybody joins. I'll have Sydney schedule it, and we'll send out the invites. That's it. Thank y'all all for coming. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Laura.
It's always so great.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now
Thank
get your
you,
shit,
Laura.
get your shit together, y'all.
All right. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.